Okay, you guys, we are back with another video. It is game on. Don't know where my chain has gone, but it's still game on with no chain on. And it's game on. We're talking about Bianca's and it's game on with no chain on. Okay? Because Ye was spotted with his beautiful wife. I tell you, this woman is a work of art. Now, Ye and Bianca, they were spotted in Amsterdam. And you guys know Ye has his show there, right? We know that the previous show before this, Bianca was nowhere to be seen. She was in Australia. But for the Amsterdam show, Bianca says we're not gonna catch her missing this one. As a matter of fact, she's not gonna have us questioning where she is, if she was there or not. So as such, they ensured that we got some of the most beautiful moments we've ever seen of this gorgeous couple. And in one photograph, you can tell that Ye is completely smitten by his wife. Like, Kim K who, honey? Kim K who? No, Bianca was dressed in a all white outfit and both parties flash a smile as they look loving at each other. No, they went to CL Blue, a fancy seafood restaurant in Amsterdam. So this was a seafood restaurant moment, not the show. And this was on Friday night. And the photogs, they snapped them during their hallmark moment. The reason why they're calling it a hallmark moment is because the moment is given fairy tale, real, but it is so perfect. It's not something that you see every day, that it's given so unreal. And just looking at the images, their body language, they couldn't be happier. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of when Ye and Bianca back in, this was in 2023, when they had a bit of a disagreement that was reported by the media. And we did not see them together for a while, but they met in Tokyo. And Bianca was just all smiles, and she was just, feeling her husband's face, touching his cheek. And she was like, if I had to read that, she was like, look at you. You look gorgeous. You can literally tell that this woman loves this man. This woman, like, we've questioned it quite a few times, but I don't think we need to even question these two anymore. They love each other. They have had some ups and downs, which normally happens, sometimes with different personalities, even though they may share a lot in common. They will always have their differences, and that is okay. The most important thing is that they're kind and gentle to each other. Now, Bianca has been giving this doll hairdo for the past couple of weeks, and it looks good on her. It looks really cute on her. And the outfit, the all white outfit, the sling back, well, this is not sling back, the open back heels with a stocking is something that we see Bianca doing. And every time she does it, there's always like a ripple effect. We'll see other celebrities coming out, and many of them will come out to pull off the very same look. No, Bianca, she's always serving body. The face guard never declines, and that rack is a work of art, honey. It's a work of art. No, According to TMZ, what they're saying is that they were told that after Ye and Bianca left the bistro through a back door and hopped inside a waiting Maybach before their chauffeur drove them away. So, um, they had their chauffeur who was waiting for them around the back. But even the media is saying typically Kanye and Bianca are very serious and appear annoyed while out in public and getting spotted by the paparazzi. But last night, it was definitely a different vibe. And I don't think we even need anyone to tell us that last night was definitely a different vibe. It was a different vibe. The images, they speak for themselves. No, this is gonna play a number on Kim Kardashian because I'm gonna explain to you guys why this is gonna play a number on Kim. It is because Kim Kardashian is highly insecure. Lewis Hamilton, man, sometimes when we women, sometimes when us women makes decision at a particular age, I wonder, like, how long are we gonna play victims, right? And here's why I'm saying this, because Kim wants to get married to someone who does not have marriage under their belt. And that's one red flag about Lewis Hamilton. He has no marriage under his belt. If a guy was engaged 3 different times in the past, but he never made it down the aisle with any of the girls that he was engaged to, at least we could say the guy has some intentions of marrying at some point in time. But if you really think about it, and I know no one can say I'm lying or I'm hating on Kim. The only person that is hating on Kim, it is Kim. Kim is hating on Kim because how do you go about choosing a man that has never been married? He never gave any signs of commitment, but you want to get married to this man. And this is why it's going to be so hard for anyone to convince me that this relationship is real. Even though there are rare cases where a man has never been married before, but he meets this one woman that sparks change for him, so much so that he says, you know what? I think I'm safe with her. I think I'll be good with her. And I think I want to spend the rest of my life with her. Right? So those things, they genuinely do happen. But I'm looking at, Lewis Hamilton and I'm like, do you know how they say women aren't wife material? Why don't we talk about men not being husband material equally just the same? Because while Lewis Hamilton has maintained a clean track record so far, he has never given husband material. He has never given the sense that he wants to get married someday. It could be in his intention, but based on how he has been living his life, he has never given that type of vibe. However, I'm going to say this. The Kardashians tends to have a way of making things work for them. It could be because they are witches, as per the internet, or they are connected to the Illuminati, so they have ways and means of making things happen for them. But the reason why I'm bringing Kim into this is this. You're telling me that Kim left Kanye West. You know what? I don't know what's going on with us women, and I think that many of us have been so misguided, and we're not waking up to realize how misguided we are as women, right? Because what I'm saying is this. How do you go from a Kanye West to a Lewis Hamilton You can call Kanye West a madman from here to yesteryear. But you know what no one can ever say about Kanye West? No one can ever say Kanye West is a womanizer. He's not. While Kanye West may have cheating, you know, up his belt, and while during the time of, the legal separation between him and Kim, Kanye West has always been looking for the wife. And even when he was with Juliana Nalu, there was no intimacy involved in that relationship. And there was no intimacy involved in the relationship with Julia Fox as well, because Kanye West made it clear that he doesn't know what he wanted. With Juliana Nalu, he made it clear to her that he was looking for a wife. But Juliana Nalu said that she could not deal with the consistent media pressure, the change of narratives, the different stories, right? So Juliana Nalu could not deal with a Kanye West. And it's okay for someone not to be able to handle a Kanye West, because as we can see from the outside looking in, if we're being honest, handling a Kanye West is a lot of work, right? And it's not something that is for the weak. So as such, we can't blame Juliana in this case. And as it relates to Bianca Censori seems like that perfect fit, right? So when you look at how Kanye West dates, and how Kanye West chooses his woman, you really have to wonder, how did Kim Kardashian go from a Kanye West to a Lewis Hamilton? How do you go from a guy that is known to love committing to his woman? How do you go from that to a man who doesn't have commitment under his belt, who is known to not commit to any woman that he's dating? And as per previous tabloid reports, it is said that Lewis Hamilton gets hot and cold with his woman. So if this thing with Lewis Hamilton doesn't work out, Kim only has one person to blame, and that is herself. She's going to have to blame herself, because Lewis Hamilton doesn't have marriage under his belt. He doesn't have engagement under his belt either. So Kim is setting up herself for a disastrous relationship with Lewis Hamilton. And the recipe is there as proof. You really don't need a psychic to read these people. They all have pattern of recognition. So, with Ye and Bianca, they will have challenges, they will have struggles, but like hell, we can all say the same thing for sure. Ye is gonna fight like hell every time to make his marriage work. And I'll choose a man like Kanye West any day over a Lewis Hamilton. You could have the best track record in the streets. That's not what impresses a woman. What impresses a woman, any woman, is who you are at home. Bianca has told us that he has never been perfect. She has shared with us that she had to do a lot of CPR on her marriage. But she did the CPR because she knew that if she does the CPR, the husband is going to stay, because the husband believes in marriage, he believes in family, and he believes in God. He's not perfect, like hell. He is not perfect, but like hell does the guy try. So looking at Ye and Bianca in this moment, we can say, wow, they have been really working hard on keeping their marriage. Looking at Kim and Lewis Hamilton, you can say Kim is definitely in for a treat. If this guy marries to her, she's extremely lucky. And if he does marry to her, I don't see him staying. Seems as though the guy does not commit, and seems like he has a problem committing. And the guy gives a bit fizzy to me. I'm not saying he is, I'm just saying he does give that to me in his walk and in his talk. But like hell, I do love Lewis Hamilton. I find him to be an amazing human being, and he's all about human rights and humanitarian. Kim, on the other hand, not so much. But let me know what you guys think, and we're gonna talk some more in the comment section. Peace.